today I wanted to talk about breastfeeding and my personal journey and how that went with both kids. If I'm talking low, I'm sorry if it sounds bad. I apologize, but both of my kids are napping at the same time, so I thought I'd take advantage and hopefully get this done in one take, and probably won't happen, but I'm just gonna give it a shot anyway. So first of all, I just want to say that, fed is best. I don't judge other moms who have chosen to formula feed or couldn't breastfeed or just decided not to breastfeed and chose formula at all. It's just your personal choice, your personal journey, and it's what's best for you and your baby. But I just wanted to start off and say that I did not plan on breastfeeding. All of my life, I wanted kids, I wanted to be a mom, but I automatically assumed I'd formula feed. I guess that's just being in today's world. It just never really, I never thought, I'm gonna have kids and I'm gonna breastfeed. I actually didn't even think about it, but in the back of my mind, I did just automatically go to formula in my head. I imagined the bottle and formula and whatnot, but also my mom formula fed me, so I guess that had something to do with it. But actually my husband was the one to talk to me about breastfeeding, and he really wanted our children to be nursed and breastfed. So I just said, okay, I'll give it a try. But I had heard so many stories of moms not being able to, supply not coming in, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't think I was going to be able to. I told him I'd try, but I didn't really, put too much thought into it until I was watching YouTube channels and vlogs about pregnancy and breastfeeding, and it just really, I guess I saw it and I really wanted to do it. I saw moms having that bond with their baby, and I read about all the pros and the benefits, and so I really wanted to give it a good shot. I did a lot of research. I watched a bunch of videos, I looked up a bunch of stuff. I did everything I could to prepare, to have as much knowledge as I could going into breastfeeding. And that was my first baby was my son, Connor. He's almost 3. And so going into it, I actually ordered a pump, and I wasn't working, and I wasn't planning on working for a while, but I ordered a pump because it was free anyway because of my insurance. But the first few days, so when he was born, right when I delivered him, he latched immediately, and he fed for like 20 minutes, like right off the bat. He latched, fed for a good 20 minutes. And then after that, the first 12 hours or so, I had trouble latching him. And I remember I had some family members come in, or before they came in, all the family members that were there, visiting me and, the newborn left to get food. And so I was finally alone with, my newborn, and it was quiet. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to get him to latch. And he finally latched. So I was sitting there, I was nursing him, and these family members just come in, and they hadn't seen my son yet. So I just kind of sat there with him latched, and because I wasn't going to latch him because he had just latched, and the most important thing is skin to skin and latching after delivery. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm nursing, you'll have to come back later. That was kind of awkward, but so after that, we went home a little after 24 hours of him being born, and I want to say he wasn't sleeping through the night, but newborns do sleep a lot, so he was sleeping 3 to 4 hours and maybe more, but I had to wake him up, to keep latching. And around 3 to 4 days, my milk came in, and I remember getting out of the shower and putting on the shirt, before I put on the shirt, I remember seeing all this drops, all these white drops. And I was like, what is this? And I looked down, and my breasts are just spraying out milk, both of them, just spraying milk everywhere. And so my milk came in, and after that it was just kind of history. I didn't have any pain. I never had mastitis. I didn't pump for him. He never took bottles. Rare occasions he took bottles. If we were leaving him somewhere for a certain amount of time. But I never really left him for too long in the beginning, and if I did get engorged. I think I definitely say I had an oversupply in the beginning with both kids, actually. So I think maybe my nipples got sore once or twice, and I know I'm really lucky, but when they did, I put the little cream that they give you in the hospital, and it was fine. It was the cream that the babies can nurse even with the cream on. I don't remember the name, but I'll find it and I'll link it in the description below. But so with my son Connor, it was easy, it was smooth. I was super lucky, super blessed, not breast, blessed, and I was really happy that I was able to breastfeed, and it was just a second nature. It was just a natural thing for me and my baby, and we did, the right things, supply and demand, feed on demand, all that kind of stuff. And if my supply ever got low, which it did, I did pump. But it never really did with him, because I really stayed on top of it, and he was with me all the time. So I never really had a reason to pump, and he wasn't taking formula. He never took formula. So he was always feeding, and my breast never really got, I guess, that cue to slow down, just to slow down because he wasn't feeding. Now they did slow down, as he got older, and once we started introducing solids and whatnot. But other than that, the only struggle I did have, I will say this, is covering up, because personally I cover up in public when I nurse. It's just my thing. And it was kind of hard to get used to pulling that cover over you while you have a baby, and it's just kind of something to get in the swing of as a new mom. Now with my second baby, Claire, my daughter, who's 10 months, as soon as I had her, I was good to go. I'm, been there, done that type of thing. So with her, she was born 2 years after my son, 2 years and 10 days after I had my son. I stopped breastfeeding. By the way, I stopped breastfeeding my son at 16 months. And the weaning, the way I weaned him real quick was, it was just when he was ready and I was ready, we just kind of did it very slowly reduced daytime feedings and slowly reduced nighttime feedings, and it just evolved, and he stopped breastfeeding at 16 months. Got pregnant with my daughter, first try, and when she was born, same thing. She came out, she latched. She never actually had a problem latching at all. And real quick, neither of my children neither one of them had a lip tie, tongue tie, anything like that. They were perfectly healthy babies. I'm super blessed by that, and I'm just really glad that I was able to successfully breastfeed both of my children. It's definitely something that you really need to, if you want to do it, if you really want to be successful at doing it, you need to do your research. You need to take the time to figure out, okay, if I want to breastfeed, what does this involve? What do I need to do to be successful in breastfeeding? And look up supply and demand, talk to a lactation consultant. Most hospitals, there's a lactation consultant there after you have your baby if you want to talk to them. It is a struggle. It's not easy. I was blessed with a good supply and healthy babies, but with that, it is not easy. I do want to mention that with my son real quick, because I might be running out of time here. With my son, I did want to try formula a few times because it just seems so easy to just, you know, water formula bottles. Somebody else can feed them and take over, and somebody else can get up with them. But actually, it's not, because you have your bottle. If you're not pumping, you have your bottles right here. You have your milk on you. You have your bottles on you. Your nipples on you. You don't have to wash them. I mean, when you shower, you know, wash your body. But you know, you don't have the extra the bottles and all of that kind of stuff. So it was actually a lot easier in the long end to just nurse. And I know that is not an option for everyone. I know we have working moms and supply issues and tongue ties and lip ties, but you just have to figure out what you want, how to be successful at that, and go into it knowing that things may change, things may happen, and you can't always have that perfect experience. And even though I had healthy babies and no real problems with supply and latching, it still wasn't a perfect experience. You know, there's leaking and there is pain at times and biting. And even when they don't have teeth, my son, he did this. He would gum down. When he fell asleep nursing, he gummed down on my nipples, and I had to pry his mouth open. It would be so painful. And my daughter, 10 months, she's 10 months old now, she's never bit me or never gummed down on me, but she has bit me. She has teeth now, bitten me. And I pop her in the cheek when she does it. She's only done it twice. I don't pop hard, you know. I flick her in the cheek and she stops. But it can be painful, and but I just wanted to share my experience on that and just give my support to all you moms out there who want to nurse, who don't want to nurse, who want to exclusively pump, exclusively nurse, exclusively bottle feed and formula feed. It's your own personal choice, and this is just the choice that I chose for me and my babies, and it worked out great, and I enjoyed it, and it is a super enjoyable thing at times, a bonding thing, and I do think it helped with losing weight, preventing or helping prevent postpartum depression. I maybe had a touch of that with both kids, but other than that, I didn't really have anything like that. And it was just a great experience for me. So if you guys have any questions or any tips for other moms, just comment down below and I'll try to get back to you, or maybe do a Q&A. And thank you for watching another one of my videos. Oh, one of my kids is up now. And just subscribe below, and thank you so much. I'll see you again next time. Bye.